Hallelujah. If you are Joseph, make sure you do not allow Israel to die in Egypt. They are waiting for you. If you are Esther, make sure you do something about Haman and his determination to annihilate the people of God. Esther, the mantle is on you. Not even Mordecai can be the deliverer. Mordecai can help you and introduce you to the palace, but the mantle for the salvation of the Jews is upon you. If you are Ruth, make sure you are a diligent lady, so that you can meet Boaz on account of your diligence, and eventually let Jesus arrive through your lineage. If you do have the time, may I respectfully recommend that you listen to my message, Redefining Revivals. It's a very powerful message. I teach there on the prophetic and apostolic structure of the coming revival, because the idea most of us have about the revival coming is that we're only going to be praying and fasting and healing the sick. That is a big mistake that has deceived the church for a very long time. The Bible in Hebrews chapter 11 calls certain people elders. Go and research on them. Some of those elders were men of God. Some of those elders were governmental personalities like Daniel. Some of those elders were economic giants. All together the Bible calls them elders. So if you are Daniel, make sure you are careful so that you don't do the training of Elijah, because you will end up acting like Elijah in Babylon and they will drive you away, because that is not the protocol for bringing liberty. If you are Ruth, make sure you don't act like Esther. Stay with Naomi. Naomi is the only person who can make Ruth ready for Boaz. When you know your assignment, you can know who should mentor you. You don't just guess people based on passion, you guess it based on purpose. If you are Elisha, look for Elijah. If you find Mordecai calling you, respect him but run away. Mordecai cannot make Elisha. If you are Esther, make sure you are careful. Don't look for Deborah. Esther will make you be, Deborah may make you behave like Vashti because she's a warrior, and they will drive you out of the palace. Every call has a protocol and a training. Is someone learning already? Maybe this is why God brought you to church. There are some of you here right now, you are Esther, but you are going through Elijah's training. You are going to become something else. You will not become evil, but you will not be fit for the purpose. Find out who you are, because everything in this Bible is a parallel. There are still Elijahs, there are still Esthers. So if God tells you you are Esther, go and start studying the book of Esther. You would start learning character and humility and wisdom. These were the tools that Esther needed. Are we together? If you are Elijah and all you are looking for is economic solutions, you will kill God's people, because you need to understand the dynamics of power. You are going to be contending against Jezebel and the prophets of Baal. There's no time for discussion. You will need to understand the dynamics of fire and power. Question: who are you in light of God's program? If you are yet to find a name for yourself, then you must go with the word of God. He found where it was written concerning him. Are we together now? All things are lawful, but I tell you, not all things are expedient, as far as producing the character of the Christ is concerned. There are many people who have no business starting a church or holding a mic. They just did not know what to do with their zeal, and since they were not mentored properly to know that even within the economy and government, you are still an elder, you are still a witness, they feel the only thing you do with unusual zeal is to get into ministry. And now they are on stage preaching, and that revelatory grace is not there because it was not part of the equipping, and they are struggling. They will not give way. The person who should be there has been robbed because of their inability to be there, and they are inefficient there. But when you sit down discussing economic solutions, they can talk from morning till night, and they have refused to explore that potential. Can I tell you what I am doing on stage now, and what an entrepreneur is doing right now, building an estate for us, and what an investor is doing, trying to bring resources for us? Are we together? And what an intercessor is doing is the same, as far as achieving purpose is concerned. So when you go to work tomorrow, imagine me preaching and imagine yourself walking. It's a relay. that is revival happening. If I preach well and you compromise on your company standards, you will be ineffective there, and the blessing that should come from there, that should eventually get to me. Are we together? Yes. When you know that, when we all converge like this, we celebrate and rejoice and thank God, but you never get intimidated or feel lesser for the kind, because of the nature of our assignment. They seem to carry many dimensions of charismatism, if you understand what I'm saying. Usually if you are a preacher having a congregation, you seem to be projected a little more than someone who is doing something. But in the realm of the spirit, it is with respect to your revealing Christ. That is the scorecard. When Jesus walked upon the earth, he did not walk naked. The person who prepared his clothes, if that person failed in his responsibility, it will still affect the efficiency of Jesus. If Jesus was on his way going to the cross and Simon of Cyrene was not there, imagine if Simon did not wake up that day because of laziness. Jesus would have died not on a tree, and he had to die on a tree to be a cause. You need to understand the various roles that piece themselves together. Someone shout, I am important. Let the devil hear you. Shout, I am important. Mama, don't say I don't have any role to play. It took Naomi to build Ruth. If Ruth had gone to meet Boaz the way she went, with the pride of a young lady, he would drive her from day one and say, go back home, they didn't train you well. But Naomi sat with Ruth and began to mentor her and say, when you get to Boaz, behave in a certain way. And Boaz said, I don't know who this lady is, but make sure nobody harasses her in this farm, because character and virtue have value. Are we together? Please listen carefully. There are mothers that may never have the opportunity to preach on the pulpit, but they are the ones who are mentoring the next dimension of giants that will give birth to the prophets. Everyone is important as far as God's program is concerned. When you know that, you kill the spirit of competition and looking down on others immediately. Say it again, that I am important. So MOG, the next time you see the people around you, from the cleaner in your house to the one who washes your car, don't look down on them and feel they are servants of a man of God. They are all together fulfilling purpose to the end that Jesus Christ be revealed. If you are with me, shout a loud amen. As much as I'm shouting and preaching now, later on I'm going to be hungry. True or false? At that point, that is when the rubber will hit the road, because by the time I'm hungry, I need another ministry beyond me. No matter how anointed I am, that condition will force me to reach out. Say reach out. Prophesy. Say reach out. To reach out. Yes. You can be very intelligent and sound in scripture, but the day you are confused, you will need the prophetic like a deer panting for water, because age-long confusion can come to an end in a moment. Make it a point of duty to respect every dimension of kingdom service available.